Craig, what's your top 5 list?
So this week, since the NBA started, I decided to do my top 5 players that I don't know if this is the right word, but deserve a championship. Maybe deserve is not the appropriate word there, but that's what I have so far. So I'm sticking with it. Um, just 5 guys that haven't won a championship yet that I think have played well enough and have played long enough that they deserve to be a champion. Um,
Yeah.
Hall of Famers at this point, or at least should be Hall of Famers. Now I left guys like Jason Tatum off the list just because he's young.
Young.
John Moran off the list, he's young. Like a bunch of the young guys, I left off the list. So
Okay.
so I'm starting off with number 5. Now I didn't want to. I don't like doing ties, but I had to do a tie because I just couldn't leave one of these guys off. So I got Dame Lillard, and then I also got Jimmy Butler at 5. I think Dame he's been so loyal to his team, and he never wanted to leave Portland. And then finally, they were trying to do a rebuild. He already lost some key players that he played with throughout the years. So at this point, he had to go. So he's on the championship team. And Jimmy Butler, he's been to the finals twice. Came up short both times, but this last time he took the team that was an 8th seed from the play-in all the way to the finals. Had an opportunity to win that. Playoff Jimmy is playoff Jimmy. He shows up in big moments for the most part. Both of these guys getting up there in age, 33, 34 respectively. But I think both of these guys are. I think Dame is definitely a Hall of Famer to me. I think Jimmy's a Hall of Famer. I just think the way the teams that he's played on and led them to the finals, even though he came up short. And Dame has never even been to the finals, just the conference finals. Yeah, I just think that they both kind of deserve to be a champion at some point. Number 4, even though he's getting on my nerves, I got James Harden. He's been to the finals once early in his career. He's had opportunities, or at least been on teams that have had opportunities. I thought the Rockets, when they had Chris Paul, and they should have beat the Warriors, but they didn't. They missed so many threes in that Game 7, and then with the Nets recently, for all the injuries and everything like that, I thought they had a really good chance to win the championship. But former MVP, one of the best 2 guards I've ever seen play play the game of basketball. Not known for his defense, but he's a really great offensive player. He's not the same Harden that could put up like 30, 33, 34 points a game, but he can give you 20 something and 10.
Yeah.
Next is Embiid. He's 20. James Harden's 34. Embiid's 29, so he's not as old as any of these guys, but he's a former MVP or MVP last year. He's never been out of the second round since he's been there. Trust the process and all that. I don't know. Clearly, it doesn't seem like it's working. James Harden doesn't even want to be there at this point. I think Embiid, if things are starting to go bad, he probably wants out. I think he deserves to get traded to some team that is a contender. If this team is not willing to put in the work or the team around them, I know they have Maxey and they have Harris, and right now they have Harden, but you're kind of wasting Embiid's years have been wasted since he's been in Philly. Kind of like you said about Justin Herbert, even though he's younger, his talent's been wasted throughout his rookie contract, or before he signed anyway. Embiid's talent has been wasted throughout his whole time with Philly. So I think he deserves to be at least, if not a championship, at least in the conference finals. But I definitely think he deserves to be a champion at some point. Number 2, I got Russell Westbrook.
That's one of my guys.
He's getting up there in age as well. He's 34, same age as Harden and Butler. He's done a lot for the league. I mean, even though he's not the shooter or the scorer in terms of hitting his jump shots or anything like that, he brings so much energy and passion and heart to the game of basketball. 3 years straight maybe 4. Where he averaged a triple-double. Former MVP. He's been on some bad teams with the Wizards and the Rockets kind of late in his career. And now he's on the Clippers, who have an opportunity, but they just can't stay healthy.
Yeah.
I definitely think he deserves to win a championship as well. And number 1 is Chris Paul. He's 38 years old. He had his opportunity a couple of years ago when he played with the Suns.
Yeah.
And they lost to the Bucks. He just gets hurt. It seems like every year in the playoffs. It's a foregone conclusion he's going to get hurt in the playoffs. But he's on the team that has championship aspirations that have won championships multiple times with the Warriors. So this is his. I ain't gonna say it's his best opportunity to get one because I think that Suns team, where they were up 2-0 on the Bucks, they had a golden opportunity to win, but they came up short. And I think this is a really good chance as well. But I think Chris Paul, for whatever all the accolades that he has accomplished, the only thing really missing besides the MVP is a championship. So,
I like that, man. I like that. I would like to see Russ get one. Chris Paul too, man.
Time's running out on a lot of these guys.
Yeah,
definitely Chris Paul. Definitely Chris Paul. I'll let see Chris Paul.
Yeah,
I was rooting for him when they lost to Milwaukee, just because I think Giannis he's young. He was younger, so I think Giannis had a few more years in him.
And Giannis just exploded.
Same thing with Jokic last year. He's going against Jimmy Butler. Jimmy Butler was he's put in so much work and so much effort, and then I just think he deserves to get one.
Yeah, I think Jimmy Butler tired out.
Some of these guys are going to go down as like Charles Barkley and Patrick Ewing and who else? I mean, all these guys that just haven't won a championship that have like
Charles Barkley, Patrick Ewing,
John Stockton.
John Stockton, Karl Malone.
Yeah. All these, there's a lot.
I mean, those are two that hurt me the most. Like growing up, it hurt me. Them two, just seeing them like year after year bring excitement to a city and a market like Utah, and just couldn't get over the hump. That was Jordan 2 straight years. And then you can do
Jordan, just like Sacramento, Chris Webber.
Yeah,
they ran into that Kobe
Shaq.
Kenyon Martin talks about that when he was with the Nets. He was like, man.
Allen Iverson,
like Kobe and Shaq's a beast. Allen Iverson.
So they could.
Like Kobe and Shaq was a beast.
That team, that Nets team was exciting, but they couldn't do nothing with San Antonio. Ain't nothing you could do. I mean, you went to the finals, but it wasn't nothing you could do with that San Antonio squad. They didn't have enough offense to go with that San Antonio squad.
Yeah, he was talking about, and we're gonna get to the crazy upset. Kenyon Martin was talking about the iconic dunk that Shaq had. And he dunked on the whole team.
Oh, yeah.
Kenyon was like, that's how strong Shaq was, man. He was like, Shaq was unstoppable. And then he said you had, they call Kobe. So Kobe got different nicknames. So sometimes they'll call him, when you hear players talk about him, they don't say Kobe. They'll be like Kobe.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? It's like Kobe, or they'll say Bean. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh yeah, he was like, and then he said he had Bean on the outside was vicious. He was like, that in and out combo was vicious. You double Shaq, he kicking it to Kobe. He was like that. He was like, that duo was nasty, man. That duo was nasty, man. So it's a lot. Sometimes, man. Sometimes you just run into, you run into teams that are built, man. They built. You know what I'm saying? Like by Dirk Nowitzki getting one and KG getting one. The Shaq, Kobe, and Tim Duncan and the Spurs dominated that era of basketball. They were winning. They were winning a lot of championships, bro. Those Lakers and Spurs teams won a lot of championships from 99 to 2010. That's 10 championships, man. It was hard to win. It was hard to win
Mhm.
championships in that Kobe era and Tim Duncan era. For real. Shoot, for real. It was real. And then you had LeBron and Steph dominate that era. Like, golly. It's just it is what it is. That's why we probably love the NBA now, because this season I want to see who wins the chip this season. We going it's this gonna be good. This is gonna be good. Whoever wins the chip this year gonna be able to talk a lot of trash. Actually, the next couple of years, because it's some loaded teams. We're gonna see the best of the best in the NBA in the next couple of years.